Sorry, can you please turn on your microphone? Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I'll start over. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission of the City of Socorro, Texas. It is December 2nd, 2025, 5:32 p.m. We call this meeting to order.
Good afternoon, thank you. Item number 2, establishment of quorum. Andrew Arroyos,
Here.
David Estrada, absent. Julie Dominguez. Osvaldo Reza, absent. Yolanda Rodriguez.
Here. Yeah, it's on, no?
Thank you. We have a quorum with 3 commissioners present. Item number 3, open forum. Alfredo, do we have anyone that would like to speak?
Not at the moment.
Thank you. Item number 4, consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Yolanda Rodriguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Regular agenda. Item number 5, public hearing regarding a proposed amendment to the City of Socorro Master Plan and rezoning of Track 1-A, 1-A1, 1-B, 1-B2, and 12-D, Block 2, Track 9-A and 10-A, Block 1, Socorro Grant and Lake Clark Survey, 288, ABST 6262, Track 42, located near the intersection of Bellman Road and North Loop Drive, Socorro, Texas, from A1 Agricultural and C2 General Commercial to R2 and C2 Medium Density Residential and General Commercial, a variance from Section 38-52.3, Street Design Standards, General Planning to allow a reduced minimum right-of-way of 54 feet instead of the 60 feet, minimum right-of-way, a variance for a street width of 76 feet instead of the 90 feet, minimum right-of-way, and a variance from Section 46-262, area requirements to allow for a lot size to vary from 5,000 square feet to 5,999 square feet for residential development and commercial uses in support of the surrounding development. Mr. Arroyos?
Good afternoon, everybody. We will open public hearing at 5:34.
We have nobody that would like to speak on this item.
Okay, we will close public hearing at 5:34.
Thank you. Item number 6, consider and take action on the approval of the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and the rezoning of Track 1-A, 1-A1, 1-B, 1-B2- and 12-D, Block 2, Track 9-A and 10-A, Block 1, Socorro Grant and Lake Clark Survey 298, ABST 6262, Track 42, located near the intersection of Bellman Road and North Loop Drive, Socorro, Texas, from A1 Agricultural and C2 General Commercial to R2 and C2 Medium Density Residential, General Commercial. A variance from Section 38-52.3, Street Design Standards, General Planning to allow a reduced minimum right-of-way of 54 feet instead of the 60 feet minimum right-of-way, a variance for a street width of 76 feet instead of the 90 feet minimum right-of-way, and a variance from Section 46-262, area requirements to allow for a lot size to vary from 5,000 square feet to 5,099 square feet for residential development and commercial uses in support of the surrounding development. Ms. Rodriguez?
Good evening, Commissioners. Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Jure Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Now we'll continue with our agenda. continue with item number 6, Bauman rezoning and variance request. Now we'll see some general information. Legal description for this property is track 1A, 1A1, 1B, 1B1, 1B2, and 12D. Track 9-8, 10-8, Block 1, Socorro Grant and Lee Clark Survey 298, Abstract 6262, Track 42. Property owner, Clan Land Holding Corporation LLC, as well as the representative. For lot size for this property is 219.58 acres. The zoning, it's an A1 agriculture, C2 general commercial. Current land use vacant. Future land use for this property, it's a medium density residential, agriculture, and regional commercial. Once again, the summary for this request is for approval of rezoning a property from A1 and C2 to R2 and C2, with a variance from section 38-52.3 street design standards, general planning, to allow it to reduce minimum right-of-way of 54 feet instead of the 60 feet minimum right-of-way, a variance for street width 76 feet instead of 90 feet of minimum right-of-way, and a variance from section 46-262 area requirements to allow for lot sizes to vary from 5,000 square feet to 5,999 square feet for residential development and commercial uses in support of the surrounding development. And staff recommends approval for both the rezoning and the variances. Now we'll see our location map for this property. On the next slide is the zoning map. This property is aligned with the black line. It's aligned with the black line, and it's showing agriculture and commercial. For next slide, it's our future land use map. So will be the suburban, regional, commercial, and agriculture. I'm sorry, regional, commercial, and agriculture. Then followed by an aerial image. The property is just aligned with the yellow line that denotes the area for the property in total. Now we have some pictures taken from Mesa Drain Canal. Now we have the public notice map. So this is the 200 around. So we sent notices to all property owners. These are the letters, the public notice letters in English and in Spanish. In the next slide, we have the development plan showing the different land uses for this property, which are residential use, parkland use, and commercial use. Once again, the summary of this request is approval of a rezoning and variances of property from A1 agriculture and C2 general commercial to R2 and C2 medium density residential and general commercial, with variances from section 38-52.3 street designs standards general planning. At this time, staff, answer any question you have, and also we have Mr. Grajeda for any question. Oh, I don't know if it's Mr. Escarate on call. It's the applicants.
Is there a way that we can talk to, I believe it's Mr. Grajeda from CA? If you can come up, please. Got a couple of questions.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Jorge Grajeda with CEA Group for the record. Yes, sir.
Mr. Grajeda, quick question on the amount of lots that you guys are asking for a variance to go from a 5,000 to 5,999. That's not all the lots, correct? That's just a certain percentage of the whole subdivision?
That's correct. It's just generally a range. And based on the network, the street layout, that provides us just some flexibility, but they won't be all minimum 5,000 square foot lots.
And I see there's a mixture of some of them that go from like 6,000 to what, 10,000 square feet?
That is correct. So there'll be some cul-de-sac lots. Generally, those will, would be a little bit bigger just because of the lot configuration on cul-de-sacs. So there'll be a couple of blocks with just, different varying sizes of lot widths and square footages.
And the variance on the street, is there a specific reason? I think this one had come to, we had seen this one before, and there was a specific reason why you were asking for the variance on the streets.
Yeah, typically, we coordinate a lot with the Emergency Services District. They allow with a 54-foot right-of-way, but we do provide 5-foot sidewalks and 5-foot parkways as well.
And the emergency services were good with it and all that?
Correct.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
I have a question.
Yes,
So the main street that is down on Bauman, from North Loop to Bauman, and it looks like Bauman is gonna connect up to I-10.
Correct.
Okay, so is that just a two-lane highway? Just one lane going and one lane coming back?
So that one would actually be a wider street. So you'll normally have 2 in each direction, 2 travel lanes in each direction.
2 travel lanes in each direction. And do you know what size that lane is going to be?
So I believe that one's being proposed as a 76-foot right-of-way.
76-foot. And
Correct.
you're gonna have 2 lanes going, 2 lanes coming?
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Does it have turning signals? Turning side, like to turn it so you won't have to block the traffic?
They would be looked at during like the traffic analysis of the plating. So at this point, we can answer that particular question.
Okay. So I think, Ms. Lorraine, I think there are traffic lights that are gonna go up, right, on Bauman and North Loop, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so would that be at the corner of Bauman and North Loop? Which, okay. And so you have a section in here that is red and green and blue. I mean, I can't tell what that is. What, is that
So
your commercial?
Correct. So the red is generally would be commercial. Orange would be multifamily land use. The green colored, it would be the park spaces, the open spaces. Blue is the ponding areas within the master plan.
Okay, okay. And do you know what kind of commercial's gonna go up there?
No, we don't. Not at this time.
And what lot sizes are those on the commercial size?
I'm not too sure what sizes those are going to be, but they're generally all over an acre.
No industrial, right?
No
It's
industrial.
just
Okay,
commercial?
so it's just
Correct.
regular
Just
commercial?
general commercial.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I don't have any more questions.
No.
I'm good.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Julie Dominguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 7, public hearing regarding a proposed amendment to the City of Socorro Master Plan and the rezoning of Tract 28A, 22, Block 9, Socorro Grant, located at 10752 Melward Road, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential to allow an existing duplex on the property. Mr. Arroyos?
Good afternoon, everybody. We will motion, enter public at 5:46, please.
We have nobody that would like to speak on this item.
So we will close public comment at 5:46.
Thank you. Item number 8, consider and take action on the approval of the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and rezoning of Tract 28A, 22, Block 9, Socorro Grant, located at 10752 Melward Road, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family residential to R2 medium density residential to allow an existing duplex on the property. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Judith Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Now we'll continue with item number 8 on the agenda, 10752 Melbourne Road, the rezoning request. On this next slide, we have some general information as the legal description, track 28A-22, block 9, Socorro Grant. Property owner, ME Land Holding LLC. Representative Salvador Zamora. Lot size 8,192 square feet. Zoning is an R1, single family residential. Current land use is residential as a duplex. Future land use map suburban residential. Summary for this request is an approval of rezoning a property from R1 to R2 to allow an existing duplex on the property. Recommendations: the Planning and Zoning Department staff recommends approval of the rezoning from R1 to R2 to allow for an existing duplex on the property. On this next slide, we have our location map for the property. Followed by the zoning map. All the yellow area is showing the R1, which is a single family residential, and it's outlined with the red line, which denotes an R1 zoning district. Next, we have the zoning map, but on larger scale, where we can see all different zoning around the property. Then we have our future land use map. Followed by an aerial image. Here is the property outlined with the yellow line which denotes the area for the property. We have some pictures from this existing duplex taken from Melbourne Road.
Cosme Perez.
So we have Mr. Cosme Perez in free conference call. Do you want me to allow them through? Okay, let me ask him. Mr. Perez, are you here to talk on an item, on a behalf of an item?
I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you.
Are you here to speak on a item on the agenda?
Yes, I did want to. I want to speak against it.
What item would this be?
It's the rezoning of the property here on Tanya.
Item 11. Thank you.
Thank you. On this slide, we have the 200-foot public notice map. We continue with the letters. Let me show you. Okay, so these are the notice letters sent to all properties owners within this radius in which we received a support letter from one of the neighbors around the area.
That's in support.
Yes, it's in support. We didn't receive any cons letter against the rezoning. Then we have the site plan showing all the blueprints for this proposed rezoning. Summary request is for approval of proposed rezoning of property from R1 to R2 to allow for an existing duplex on the property. And at this time, the staff, was any question that you might have?
So just in general, so they're coming in to get rezoned for an R2 on an existing, it's there, it's not gonna, be demolished or anything. So they're just coming to make it legal to be
Legal,
conforming.
correct, yes.
Okay,
It's already built.
I don't have any questions.
I don't either.
Thank you.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Julie Dominguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 9, public hearing regarding a proposed amendment to the City of Socorro Master Plan and the rezoning of Lot 4, Block 19, Friedman Estates, Unit 2, located at 400 Mosher Way, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential to allow a duplex on the property. Mr. Arroyos?
Good afternoon, everybody. We'll open public hearing at 5:53.
We have nobody that would like to speak on this item.
We'll close public hearing at 5:53.
Thank you. Item number 10, consider and take action on the approval of the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's Master Plan and rezoning of Lot 4, Block 19, Freeman Estates, Unit 2, located at 400 Mosher Way, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential to allow a duplex on the property. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Next, we'll continue with item number 10. This is Judith Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. And item number 10 is regarding the 400 Mosher Way rezoning request. We have some general information. Legal description, Lot 4, Block 19, Friedman Estates, Unit 2. Property owner, EBA Development LLC. Representative, Mr. Enrique Ayala. Lot size, 10,332 square feet. Zoning, R1, single family residential. Current land use vacant. Future land use map, suburban residential. Summary for this request. Requested for approval of rezoning of property from R1 to R2 to allow a duplex. Planning and zoning staff recommends approval of the rezoning request. On this slide, we can see the location map for this property, followed by the zoning map. The property is showing the zoning, the land use residential in R1, which is outlined with a red line. Then at the zoning map at large scale, we can see that we have some R2 around the area. In this case, we have 2 R2s next to the property, closer to the property. Future land use map, followed by an aerial image. Some pictures taken from Mosher Way. Then we have the public notice map, the 200-foot public notice map. We sent letters in English and Spanish, but we didn't receive any response, support or against the rezoning. Now we're going to present the site plan. The applicant proposing the duplex. Summary request is for approval of rezoning of property R1 to R2 to allow for a duplex. At this time, staff answer any question you might have. And also, Mr. Ayala is here in case you have any question for him.
The only comment I have is, I know that we had talked about in previous meetings before that we were kind of asking to stay within the 10,000 square feet for a duplex. I know that the item before was 8,000 some odd, but that was on an existing building that was non-conformity before, right? But they're changing the rezoning, we can't really do anything about that one. This one, I think, is 10,332, so
Correct.
I don't have any other questions. And there was no feedback from
No, sir.
anybody, right?
No,
Yeah, I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I second.
thank you.
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Yolanda Rodriguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 11, public hearing regarding a proposed amendment to the City of Socorro Master Plan and the rezoning of Lot 18, Block 4, Lynn Park replat located at 366 Tanya Drive, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential with a variance from Section 46-259, proposed to allow for an existing quadruplex on the property instead of the 3 maximum allowable units. Mr. Arroyos?
Afternoon, we will open public hearing at 5:58.
We have 2 speakers. Ms. Maricela? Sorry, Jesus Heredia? If you would like to go ahead and step to the microphone, state your name, and you have 3 minutes.
Yo vivo en el 417 Rachel Drive, que es una calle paralela a la Tania, donde van a hacer este quadruplex.
Disculpe, si nos pudiera dar su nombre, por favor.
Jesús Heredia.
Gracias.
Ok, en esta locación donde vivimos nosotros, somos casi puro gente ya retirada. Entonces mi pregunta es, al hacer esto, ¿va a ser algo comercial ahí cuando es algo residencial, verdad? Entonces, mi preocupación es si van a subir los taxes, porque me imagino que las propiedades van a subir de precio. So, esa es mi preocupación. Quiero saber si va a pasar algo así.
Is that something that we can answer right now or later? Muchas gracias.
And then we have Mr. Cosme Perez. On the line.
So that caller has left the free conference call.
We don't have no more speakers.
Okay, so we will close public hearing at 6:01.
Thank you. Item number 12, consider and take action on the approval of the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and rezoning of Lot 18, Block 4, Lynn Park replat located at 366 Tanya Drive, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential with a variance from Section 46-259, purpose to allow for an existing quadruplex on the property instead of the 3 maximum allowable units. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Julia Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Now we're presenting item number 12 on the agenda, which is a 366 Tanya Drive rezoning request. Some general information for this case is a legal description, Lot 18, Block 4, Lynn Park replat. Property owner Jonathan Villagran, as well as the representative. Lot size 8,559.60 square feet. Zoning, it's an R1, single family residential. Current land use residential. Future land use map suburban residential. Summary for this request, the applicant is requesting an approval of a rezoning of property from R1 single family residential to R2 medium density residential with a variance from section 46-259, purpose to allow for an existing quadruplex on the property instead of the 3 maximum allowable units. Staff recommends approval of the rezoning and variance request.
Cosme Perez.
We have Mr. Cosme Perez on free conference call to let them in.
So we'll go ahead and make a motion to open up public hearing since he was on the line.
Do I have a second? I have a motion by Andrew Arroyos and second by Julie Dominguez to reopen public hearing. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Public hearing reopens at 6:04. Mr. Perez?
Yes.
Okay, if you would like to go ahead and state your name, and the commissioners are listening. And you have 3 minutes.
Okay, so my name's Cosme Perez. So I want to know why is the reason that they're wanting to move into 4 instead of the 3 that is reasonably already set by the city of Socorro?
Is the applicant? Would you
Yes,
come up here and
Mr.
please
Villagran?
state your name, please? Oh. Oh. Okay. Go ahead, sir,
I'm
continue.
sorry,
please.
it's hard to hear the response.
So this is the public hearing portion. If you'd like to state your opposition or support, we won't be able to answer questions. We will get to the questions when we make our presentation. You can also ask the questions of the applicant when it is their time to speak. If
So
you'd
my
like to
follow-up
continue.
question is also, as far as traffic, you know, we have had a lot of accidents here. We've had to put up stop signs. Now, with the increase of residents in that residence or in that lot, you know, what's going to guarantee us that the traffic is not going to go up? We already have enough accidents as it is, and then now putting in that, how many cars are going to be acceptable to be parked in that residency?
Okay. Anything else that you want to add, sir?
And well, that I'm strongly against it, and I'm literally across, behind the lot there. So, I mean, that would, like, you know, the other resident said, Mr. Heredia, there's a lot of elderly people here, and that, you know, the crime rate's gonna rise. We already saw it with the other properties that have been turned into this residence of more than 3. We've already seen it. So I'm highly against it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we will close public hearing at 6:06.
Thank you. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. We'll continue our presentation. Now we have our zoning map. The yellow outline with the red line denotes the R1 zoning district. Zoning map and large scale. Now we have the subdivision map. Subdivision for this property, it's a Link Park subdivision outlined with a black line all around. We have an aerial image. Some pictures taken from Tanya Drive. Our public notice map, the 200-foot public notice map. We sent all in English and Spanish letters for residents. We did receive some support letters. We have support letters from two of the neighbors, I'm sorry. We did not receive any letter and against the rezoning. Now we have the site plan with the blueprints for the proposed rezoning. Summary of this request is for approval of a rezoning of property from R1 to R2, medium density residential with a variance from section 46-259, purpose to allow for an existing quadruplex on the property instead of the 3 maximum allowable units. And at this time, staff will answer any questions you might have, and also Mr. Villagran, the applicant, is here as well.
Okay, so my first question is, they're only allowed 3, but there's 4 existing ones already with 4 tenants.
Correct, it's the same case as the previous one that you want to
Same case.
legalize.
They're just coming in to make it legal.
Yes,
And it's okay, because I'm looking at the building here and just trying to see if it's really a 3 or a 4 quadplex.
correct.
Yes, please, can you come up? And please state your name.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Villagran. I'm here for my property. I inherited, my parents built this in 1999. My father passed away about 2017. My mother continued maintenance of the property. She released it to me in 2021. As of this year, I barely found out that it was zoned incorrectly. It was all the permits, everything, they had it, but it was, I guess, as an R1. To this gentleman, para su pregunta, yo ya pago los taxes de comercial en la propiedad. No, taxes. So I've been paying the property taxes for commercial since 2006. Well, my dad did. I started paying in 2021. On the duplex, it's a quadplex. Apartment 1, apartment 2 is 2 bed, 1 bath. Apartment 3, apartment 4 is 1 bed, 1 bath. They all have their own AC, their own heaters, their own boilers, and they have 2 parkings each. Actually, the one in the front has 3 parkings.
Let me go and explain something. So, lo que está diciendo el señor es que ahorita los taxes ya los está pagando a como está ahorita, que ahorita está ya como un quadplex existente. So, lo de los taxes, eso se va por Central Appraisals, ¿verdad? So, en algo existente que ya está ahorita él pagando, no, bueno, yo pienso que no le ha de subir los taxes porque ya está existiendo ahorita el mismo edificio. No le está agregando más. So, o sea, nosotros no le podemos decir si le van a subir los taxes, no, porque eso se va por el Central Appraisals, no tenemos nosotros control de eso. Desafortunadamente, o sea, el edificio ya existe, ¿verdad? Son cosas que se hicieron años atrás. Entonces, lo que está tratando de hacer él es tratar de estar dentro del código o lo que permite la ciudad, ¿verdad? Pero se pone difícil porque ya está el edificio ahí. Nosotros vamos a dar nuestra recomendación, ¿verdad? Entonces, esto todo se va a ir para el City Council Meeting que viene siendo este jueves. Nosotros nomás estamos para dar nuestra recomendación, ¿verdad? Entonces, El último voto lo tiene City Council. Por si gusta atender el jueves, es la mejor oportunidad. Aquí mismo, señor, sí, señor. So, nosotros nomás vamos a dar nomás nuestra recomendación.
Pero lo más importante es lo que queremos explicar, es que este edificio ya existe allí. Lo único que está haciendo el señor quiere seguir las reglas de la ciudad de Socorro, porque ese terreno no estaba registrado para hacer los 4 apartamentos que están allí ahorita. Okay. Y él lo que está haciendo es quiere corregir eso para cambiar los papeles, para decir que sí, yo tengo 4 apartamentos que ya están allí. Sus taxaciones de su casa no van a cambiar porque ese edificio ya está allí. Él no le va a agregar nada, él no va a cambiar nada, es lo que está diciendo él. Y nosotros nomás vamos a... si vemos que esa propiedad debía de haber estado registrada como para poner los apartamentos, eso se debía de haber hecho hace muchos años, ¿verdad? Pero entonces la ciudad no los requería para que fueran y cambiaran, ¿verdad? Él lo que está haciendo es nomás está corrigiendo lo que no se hizo cuando la propiedad era de su mamá o de su papá. Él nomás viene a hacerlo, corregirlo, es todo lo que está haciendo. Eso es que para ustedes, los que viven allí, él no va a cambiar nada, él no le va a agregar, él no le va a tumbar, él no va a hacer nada. ¿Ok? Nomás para... No, son apartamentos, no va a cambiar nada, él no va a hacer tienda, él no va a hacer nada. Él nomás viene a corregir los papeles para que en la ciudad de Socorro se registra como que allí existen 4 apartamentos. Él no va a cambiar nada. Okay. Los que viven allí son los mismos que van a estar allí. Son los mismos carros, mismo tráfico, porque él no le va a agregar. No. So is it a house or are there 4 apartments?
It's 4 apartments.
Okay.
In the city, in the Central Appraisal District, it's zoned 401 Tanya A through D.
Okay.
Since 2006,
Okay.
that was the exact day when it was, so
Okay.
desde 2006, el Central Appraisal District, que son los que cobran los taxes, lo tienen, lo puede ver en el internet. 366 Tanya, apartment A through D, que viene siendo A, B, C, D, son los 4.
Do we need to get him up to the mic, or do we allow? Okay. Yeah, maybe he's done.
Yeah.
Sí, pues es un soltero señor atrás, una familia de 4, una pareja, un niño, y enfrente son 2 parejas y 2 niños en uno y 3 niños en uno.
Okay.
And to the gentleman on the phone too, it's the same. I'm not adding any apartments.
You're not
anything.
changing anything.
It's what you said, ma'am.
Yeah.
And to
We're
the
just
gentleman on
trying
the
to make it
phone,
right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
to the gentleman on the phone, just, I know we said it in Spanish, but just in case you didn't understand in English, so he's just really coming in to rezone it to what's existing. He's not building onto it. And unfortunately, right, it's something that we can't change on that building anymore or whatnot. It's existing. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's an existing building. So, and then the Central Appraisal's Office is the one that appraises it, and it's already being appraised as a 4-plex.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Any other questions?
No.
I was just gonna add, I was gonna say, if they wanna have direct conversation with each other, they can do it after the meeting as well.
Okay.
They may have questions since they're kind of neighboring owners.
Sí. Si quieren unas preguntas ahorita se pueden juntar allá afuera ustedes y hablar entre ustedes allá afuera. ¿Sí? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
so, again, I'll make a motion to approve, only, again, because it's an existing building and we, really have the authority to demolish anything or change the building or whatnot, so I make a motion to approve.
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyos to approve, second by Julia Dominguez. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 13, public hearing for the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and rezoning of Tract 10-G, Block 3, Socorro Grant, located at 10946 East Bird Road, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to A1 Agricultural, and a variance request from Section 46-293, Area Requirements subsection 1, to allow a 0.383 acre property instead of the 1 acre minimum lot requirements for an existing storage container. Mr. Arroyos?
Good afternoon, everybody. We'll open public hearing at 6:18.
We have nobody that would like to speak.
We'll close public hearing at 6:18.
Thank you. Item number 14, consider and take action on the approval of the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and rezoning of Tract 10-G, Block 3, Socorro Grant, located at 10946 East Bird Road, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to A1 Agricultural, and variance request from Section 46-293, Area Requirement subsection 1, to allow a 0.383 acre property instead of the 1 acre minimum lot requirement for an existing storage container. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Julia Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. We'll continue with item number 14, 10946 Eastburg Road, rezoning request. Some general information for this case is a legal description, Tract 10G, Block 3, Socorro Grant, property owner Alejandro Daniel Avila, as well as a representative. Lot size, 0.383 acres, zoning R1 single family residential, current land use residential, future land use map is a rural residential. Summary for this request, the applicant is requesting a rezoning of property from R1 to A1 and a variance from Section 46-293 area requirements of Section 1 to allow a 0.383 acre property instead of the 1 acre minimum lot requirement to allow for an existing storage container. The staff recommends approval of the rezoning and variance request. We have our location map for this property, followed by the zoning map. The property is outlined with the line, red line denoting the R1 zoning district. An aerial image. Some side pictures taken from the front on Bird Road and from the rear of the property. We have our public notice map, 200 around it. We send letters in English and Spanish. We did not receive any letter, support letter, email, or phone call, and no against the property as well, the rezoning for this property as well. We have the site plan presented by the applicant. Once again, summary for this request, it's an approval of rezoning a property from R1 to A1 and a variance from Section 46-293 area requirements, subsection 1 to allow a 0.383 acre property instead of the 1 acre minimum lot requirement to allow for an existing storage container. And at this time, the staff answer any questions you might have.
Cosme
And
Perez.
also, the applicant is here in case you have any question for him as well.
We have again Mr. Cosme Perez on free conference call. Do you want me to allow them in? Okay, I'll allow him in, but I'm going to mute him.
I have a question. So if it were to stay R1, that would be, he would be non-compliant with the setbacks on that, on the container, correct?
And it's, in zoning R1, the storage container are not allowed under an R1.
Okay. And with the A1, they're allowed, and the setbacks would be fine, because again, we go back, it's existing there already also,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
But he doesn't meet the 1 acre minimum.
No. It's .383 acre.
So the applicant is here?
Mr. Avila?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to ask him a question.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Alejandro Daniel Ávila
Buenas noches.
y estoy aquí para hacer ese cambio, si es posible, por favor,
Buenas noches.
de zona.
Una pregunta, ¿cuánto tiene el storage room allí? ¿Ya tiene bastante?
El
¿O
co-
apenas lo puso o ya tiene?
Ese contenedor ya tengo en esta propiedad 4 años.
Ya tiene bastante.
Sí, señor.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess I should say, I'm assuming that he was cited? Yes. Okay. Okay. He was cited for non-compliance. Okay. 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 So this structure is built. It's a storage. Okay, so it's a storage container, okay. Okay.
¿Qué es lo que está storing ahí? En el,
Mire, estoy guardando, voy a empezar a construir una casa. Ya de hecho tengo la madera, ya tengo yo creo que el 60-70% de toda la madera para construir la casa y también lo uso para guardar mi herramienta de trabajo, para no tenerla en la yarda, tener un solo lugar.
¿Y para construir casa ahí mismo?
Ese es el plan, sí.
So Lorraine, would he be able to build a home on this property? If he removes the trailer home, I guess.
So, si se hace la casa ahí, se remueve
Sí, si hago la casa voy a remover la traila,
la
obviamente.
trailer.
Por lo pronto, pues estoy viviendo ahí, en la traila.
And that, so I got a question. So if he, is there a way that if he, okay, so he says he's gonna build a house or whatnot, and he's storing
All his-
material and all that to build a house. If it changes to an A1, he can still build a house there, correct? Just one family home now. With, okay, right, and is that something that planning and zoning is okay with? Like, with that condition saying once the house is built, you have to remove that storage container? Okay, estamos preguntando a ver si ustedes, las planes suyas son cambiar a uno, ¿verdad? Para que pueda dejar el contenedor ahí
Dejarlo
ahorita.
permanente, correcto.
Pero le podemos pedir una letra preguntándole a usted que se comprometa de que cuando haga la casa, ¿verdad? Quite el mobile home, haga su casa, tiene que quitar el contenedor de ahí porque, por ejemplo, pues ahorita no está en conforme lo
Bueno,
requiere.
en caso de que pudiera cambiarlo de zona agricultura, ¿es permitido el contenedor?
O sea,
En agricultura, el señor Botello me explicó ahí de que es posible.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I think we're confused. So if he builds a home, the trailer, the mobile home has to go, okay? But because he's gone to an R1, from an R1 to an A1, that means that he would be allowed to keep the container there. Okay. So what's the difference? Yeah, so the metal ones. Oh, yeah. doing like tiny, yeah. Right. Okay, so this
Oh, I
is the
see it.
behind of a semi-truck.
Mhm.
But he took the wheels off and laid it flat, okay. Okay, so, all right. Mm. Okay.
Pero sí sabe que él va a tener que quitar el trailer, ¿verdad? Cuando comience su casa. ¿Sí sabe eso? Sí.
¿Dónde están diciendo?
¿Tiene entendido? Sí.
O sea, ese no se podría quedar porque no es un shipping container, ¿verdad?
Bueno, mire, yo pienso que es un metal, igual que un contenedor. No tiene llantas, ya lo puse, lo senté en la tierra, hice su fundación y lo senté. Es lo mismo que, no entiendo por qué es la diferencia de un contenedor a una caja de trailers, es un metal. Y es no más que lo mismo. De hecho, no tiene llantas, ya está completamente como un contenedor.
So,
Yo no sé
how
cuál es la
many-
diferencia.
Abajo de la ordenanza son diferentes, no son.
So we do have an ordinance that says that there is a difference between a shipping container and the back of the semi-truck, because, I mean, I do understand what he's saying. He did remove the tires. The container is sitting on the ground, so, and it is metal. So I guess, is there a clause that would allow him to keep the container there? I mean, okay, so. But to keep it conditionally and remove it once the home is complete? If that was the recommendation you'd like to make? Or can you go ahead and change that zoning and
So if he changes it to an A1, everything can stay as is?
Right.
No?
How does the ordinance read?
And another thing, on the staff recommendation, it says staff recommends approval of the rezoning and variance request.
All right.
So is that the part that we had to change and say, okay, we'll go ahead and approve it, change it to an A1 with the condition that he removes the shipping container or whatnot, or that trailer once he builds the house?
Okay, but I think for right now, the intent is to go from an R1 to an A1 and to keep the container there, okay? But what you all are saying is that if he builds a home there and removes the mobile home, he has to remove the container. But for right now, it's okay for him to have that container there, because you guys have recommended approval from it to go from an R1 to an A1 with the variance. With the variance to allow for being less than an acre for okay. A1. Okay. So we've already explained to him the difference between the shipping container, which is allowed in A1, it was a change that was recently made when we reintroduced the A1. Okay. And that it's not the same as what's there. Okay, so for right now, if he goes to A1, he can remove that trailer that he has there and bring in a shipping container if he'd like to. In the future? In the future. Okay. Or to be in compliance. To keep and not necessarily get rid of it, that one would be in compliance with the zoning. Okay. This one would not. Okay, okay. So do we know how the shipping containers have a specific length? They're different sizes. Okay, so we don't know whether a shipping container would be the same size as this one? Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I don't have any more questions.
No. Bueno, nomás le quiero explicar que en el código, ¿verdad? Is that correct? El código dice que el tráiler que tiene allí no es lo que el código dice que es un shipping container. Yo entiendo lo que dice usted, ¿verdad? Porque pues sí casi le quitó las llantas y ya lo sentó en cemento, lo que sea. Yo entiendo eso y estoy de acuerdo. Desafortunadamente, el código no lee eso, lee que tiene que ser uno de los shipping containers que están permitidos abajo de ese código, y el suyo no cae abajo de eso. Ahora, le quiero dar a entender también, nosotros también nomás vamos a dar nuestra recomendación, no es el voto final.
Ok.
El voto final lo trae City Council, que es el jueves, este jueves, ¿verdad?
Muy bien, muy
Si
bien.
gusta venir a ese,
Está bien.
ese es el bueno, ¿verdad? Como se dice, pero nosotros nomás damos la pura recomendación.
Bueno, una pregunta más. ¿Esa caja se puede transformar? ¿Le puedo dar un look de contenedor?
Sí, sí,
¿Eso quiere? Se lo doy. Y se acabó. Tan, taran, tan,
So,
tan.
so he's asking if he makes changes to it for it to be in conformity. Well, you know,
Es lo mismo. Yo le puedo hacer que se vea como un contenedor chino.
sí,
Sí, ahí está su contenedor. Es un metal, es lo mismo. Yo no
sí,
sé, es algo
sí,
que
sí,
está-
sí entendemos, créame que entendemos eso completamente. Yo lo entiendo y estoy de acuerdo, ¿verdad? Pero volvemos para atrás. El código no permite ese tipo de trailer que caiga bajo de la regla de un container. Again, y
Está bien.
puede venir para atrás el jueves, ¿verdad? Y el jueves
Ándale, pues,
hace
muy bien.
ellos son los de final.
Se lo
Y
agradezco.
sí entendemos eso, se me hace que todos, pero
Sí.
desafortunadamente tiene que uno seguir el código bajo de esas
Bueno.
reglas.
Ojalá llegue a suerte, porque ya tengo invertido mucho ahí.
Sí, señor.
Pues sí, pero lo más importante es lo que queremos explicarle es que cuando usted comience a hacer su casa en esa propiedad, entonces es cuando usted se tiene que apurar o figurar qué es lo que va a hacer con ese
Contenedor.
storage, ¿verdad? Que tiene allí. Okay. I think he doesn't understand that, is that we can rezone and we can approve the variance, but in the future, he's gonna have to move the storage out if he builds the home.
So he needs
Do I
to move
get
it out
that?
either way, right?
Okay, so I think, does he understand that? You know,
Sí entiende eso, ¿verdad? Que aunque se cambia o no se cambia, no está,
De agricultura, sí, aunque me lo cambien de agricultura, de todos modos tendría que moverlo.
sí, correctamente.
Mo-
Pero vuelve a lo mismo, puede venir el jueves y a lo mejor City
Puede
Council lo puede ver
cambiar.
diferente, ellos lo pueden ver.
No, pues está bien.
Sí.
Entonces, el jueves.
¿Tiene cemento abajo en la plataforma?
Mire, yo hago tierra. Yo le hice el trabajo de compactación de tierra con screen y lo senté en unas railroad tracks de esas.
Ajá.
Y quedó 100% para toda la vida. Quedó ya instalado.
Ya está
Permanente.
instalado permanente.
¿y cuánto
Permanente.
tiene con ese allí en su propiedad?
Ya tiene como 4 años. Sí. Y pues es poco tardado para hacer la casa, no es tan fácil.
Sí.
La quiero hacer al contado y
Ahora volvemos también,
me
como
va
que-
a tomar un tiempo. ¿no?
lo que acabamos de decir, si dura 10 años haciéndolo, o sea, lo puede dejar ahí. Lo que estamos diciendo nosotros es, si hace casa, tener que quitar el mobile home.
Bueno, y si no la hago,
De todos modos, lo que tengo entendido es que no está con la regla. O sea, no es
digo,
un...
pues ese es el plan, ¿verdad? Pero digo, bueno, ¿cuánto tiempo hasta que la haga?
No,
A
pues,
lo mejor y me quedo en el trailer
we don't,
para siempre.
is there a, no, yeah.
Well, I'm ready.
A ver.
¿Le dieron multa?
Sí, acabo de hecho pagar el último, me acaban de multar y acabo de pagar el último pago ahorita.
Oh,
So if
Ya-
we
ya
were,
recibí un ticket por
if we were to give him the A1 to go ahead and rezone, and with him giving us a letter saying, I'm gonna build a house there, if it takes me 5 to 10 years or whatnot. Right.
I mean,
What do you all recommend, what is?
Does he have a timeline on when he would build?
He says that he doesn't know, I mean, he says because it can take, you know, a long time. So we don't, he's not giving us a time frame.
Okay, so if the,
Yeah, but he's got to remove the one, and he's fighting, he doesn't want to move to keep what's there, right? So,
okay, but, okay, I'm ready.
Well, I'm just wanting to know how it reads on the ordinances.
yeah, but the one he has is, it's a trailer. And that's what he's fighting with, but it doesn't fall into that category. Right, so we can go ahead and approve it and. Estamos esperando nomás para que nos lea, quiere saber más o menos qué es lo que lee el código, pero está buscándolo. Lo que le quiero yo, me gustaría decirle también es que ahorita lo que está enfrente de nosotros es para cambiar de R1 a A1. Nosotros podemos aprobar eso ahorita, ¿verdad? Pero usted tiene que entender todavía, ¿verdad? Que o sea, no quiere decir que ya está bien el trailer ese. Todavía pueden usted venir a hablar con ellos y, como le digo, vuelva a hablar el jueves para que ellos hagan la decisión final.
Okay.
Pero, y a ver qué pasa entonces. Por ahorita, por lo pronto, nosotros se me da que vamos a votar nomás para lo que está enfrente de nosotros, ¿verdad? Para cambiarlo.
La agricultura, entonces sí me lo va a cambiar.
¿Usted quiere seguir con eso, cambiándolo
Sí,
de
correcto.
Okay. All right, so. Okay. On Commissioner's report, can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
And then, so if that's the case, then I'd like to make a motion to approve with staff recommendations for the variance request.
I second.
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Yolanda Rodriguez, to approve with staff recommendation and for the variance request. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 15, public hearing for the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and rezoning of Lot 1, Block 12, Aldama Estates Replat Subdivision, located at 10371 Manzana Drive, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential to allow for a triplex on the property. Mr. Arroyos?
Good afternoon. We'll open public hearing at 6:42.
We have a speaker, Ms. Diaz Maricela. Good evening. My name is Marisela Diaz, and I am speaking on behalf of 10371 Manzana, where they want to build some triplex. And the reason I'm here presently is because I am concerned mainly on the traffic. We don't have ways to get out. Recently, 340 Escalante was approved for the triplex, which is just around, or maybe a block behind my property, and we're gonna be getting that traffic. Now, we gotta keep in mind, I've lived here in Socorro for over 50 years, and in that property of 308 Porvenir, which is the back neighbor of 10371 Manzana, 26 years. We're probably all lost because I was not introduced on 15 public hearing for the proposed amendment for the master plan of zoning, Lot 1, Block 12, Alameda Estates subdivision located at 10371 Manzana. That's the one I'm talking about. Number 15, are we there?
Yes,
All right.
yes, we're on.
So, my main thing is that I am surrounded by farm roads. That subdivision is on farm roads. Farm roads are way smaller for incoming and outgoing traffic. On Place Road, which is one of the way to exit, a subdivision was built, and Place Road has not yet been constructed to receive and relieve that traffic from that subdivision. I know they're working, but it's on the opposite side, which is Bovie. So with that being said, having more triplex being built, we are sending the traffic just to one direction, which exit, if I'm not mistaken, is, goodness, I totally forgot the name of the street, but it's right in front of Escontrias Elementary School.
Oh, Sid, in front of it.
El
no,
Cid. Yes. So all that traffic is gonna be diverted into that because we don't really have ways of relieving traffic. Now, I understand Escalante at one end is a private, and in the past, they've tried to open that up. That would alleviate for traffic because that would send the traffic to Santa Paula. But right now, I mean, kids can't play outside because of the traffic, and new neighbors welcoming them in. I don't think the whole subdivision is ready to do that. I don't know what you're thinking, but
No, oh, well, this is just public hearing, so it's for us to listen to you, right? Right now,
Okay.
right now, the
that
next.
is my main concern. Traffic, ingoing, outgoing, and, you know, we don't even have the proper streets. I mean, they went in through a slab of concrete that, quote unquote, they made it pretend like it's sidewalk. People don't even know how to park on them. They're basically on top. I've had pictures of how they're parking outside, which is literally leaving us a one lane going and coming on Manzana Street. Because people think that they need to park on the road. But they're all farm roads, and that is my main concern. If we're bringing triplexes into our residential area, we need to keep that in concern, big concern.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We do not have anybody else that would like to speak.
Okay, so we will close public hearing at 6:46.
Item number 16, consider and take action on the approval of the proposed amendment to the City of Socorro's master plan and rezoning of Lot 1, Block 12, Aldalma Estates replat, subdivision located at 10371 Manzana Drive, Socorro, Texas, from R1 Single Family Residential to R2 Medium Density Residential to allow for a triplex on the property. Ms. Rodriguez?
Once again, good evening, Commissioners. Julia Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Next item on the agenda is number 16, 10371 Manzana Drive rezoning request. Ms. Quimiro, Chairman, we have a presentation made by the applicant, Mr. Vaquera. I don't know, you received first or after the presentation? You will-
I don't know, you're basically gonna go through it and then, well, we can have the presentation and then I guess if we have any questions afterwards, but I don't know if you wanna do that after your presentation?
Yeah, okay. We have some general information regarding this case. A legal description, Lot 1, Block 12, Alameda Estates replat. Property owner Juan Vaquera Jr., Punta de Agua LLC. Representative Juan Vaquera Jr., Punta de Agua LLC. Lot size 10,695 square feet. Zoning, it's an R1, single-family residential. Current land use is vacant. Future land use map, suburban residential. The applicant is requesting an approval of rezoning from R1, single-family residential to R2, medium-density residential to allow for a triplex on the property. The staff recommends approval on the rezoning request. We had the location map for this property, the zoning map. The yellow with the red line denotes the R1 zoning district. The subdivision map, subdivision name is Alameda Estates subdivision, outlined with the red line. As we can see, as we can see, we have several R2, medium residential. We have 4 lots around the area. Future land use map for suburban residential. Aerial image. Side pictures taken from Manzana Road and for the property from intersection of Manzana Road and Escalante Drive. More pictures. View of the property from aerial perspective. Now we have our 200-foot public notice map, followed by the public notice letters in English and Spanish, in which we received an opposition email, but no letters in support or against the rezoning. Just this email. Site plan presented by the applicant showing the triplex, proposed triplex. Different outlet with the ponding areas. Summary request. Request is for approval of rezoning a property from R1 to R2 to allow for a triplex on the property. At this time, staff answer any questions you might have, and Mr. Vaquera, the applicant, is here as well. You can follow by the presentation if you don't mind.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Vaquera.
Thank you.
Good evening, staff, commissioners. Juan Jr. with Resilient Management Team. These are just some of the properties around El Paso that we have remodeled and managed. 2 of them are off of Wedgewood and McRae. So this is the first one off of Saigon. This is before. We get these properties that are really dilapidated and kind of left abandoned. And this is the inside. And then this is the outside after we're done. We try to take care of our properties as best as we can. This is another property off of Dunn Drive. And then this is before with the sidewalk under construction. This is the interior. The building materials we use is roughly the same throughout all of our properties. It's quartz countertops, vinyl flooring, hardwood cabinetry. They come with appliances, brand new appliances. This is off of Horn Circle. It was a There was a lot that Jordan Foster was using as a, when they were doing the construction for North Loop. It was left like this for a few years until we got it. And we built an apartment complex right where the Mi Cabana and the Wings R Us is, around that area. We actually have a waiting list. We have a lot of demand for Socorro, hence why we're trying to build this triplex. This is just the AI rendering. Regarding the traffic and opposition, there's a lot of houses that are going under construction, which is fantastic. Our sister company is a home builder as well. But people my age, we can't afford a house, a brand new house, we can't afford the down payment. And sometimes our only option is to rent. And we have a waiting list that is about 2 pages long with 20, 40 people who want to live in Socorro, who want to be near their family. And I mean, that's all I can say is that we supply the need for the demand. And we will continue to as long as you allow us to. Thank you.
We're into questions, right? So just a quick thing for me is, I know that we've allowed for a duplex up to 10,000 square feet. For a triplex, and I guess this is a question for planning and zoning. Is there a recommended square footage on the lot for it to go to a triplex? Since we kind of stayed within the duplex on the 10,000 square footage side?
Just that this is within the zoning allowance for the R2.
So for the R2, they would allow for a triplex, right?
Yes.
Okay, just not a fourplex.
Okay, so I have a question. On your aerial image, though, you show that there is a home on there. Is that not the right picture? Or
Yeah.
you show that there is a house on your aerial image?
Mhm.
Yeah, you show that there is a home on that corner. Is it part of?
No, it's behind there.
No, it's behind it.
Mhm.
So it's behind that. So the lot is vacant, completely vacant, okay. And your uh, buildings that you're gonna put, what is the square footage of each one of those?
Each one, I believe, is sitting around 1,000 square feet. give or
About
take.
1,000 square feet, okay.
We're going to stick to the same, the demand that we get for our waiting list. A lot of people are asking for 2-bed, 2-bath.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we're going to stick with.
Okay, so you're doing a 2-bed, 2-bath?
Right,
okay.
so smaller families, even single individuals as well.
Okay, and a question for staff is, the young lady was expressing her concern about the in and out of this suburban here. Is there only one way out? If you go toward Escondrias, or is there a way out through the back or through the sides, or is there one avenue just going in and out of this little suburban? I think that's what she was expressing. Okay, she was expressing concern of traffic all going in one direction, like there's no out, except going down, is it Sid Road or, right? Okay, okay. And so does the future plan for, the city,
Do
is
you
there?
have Judith, do you have the subdivision map?
Yeah, so we saw this subdivision map, and it doesn't look like there's another out.
Yes.
Except going down to, Exit Road
Are there 2
Drive.
crossings at Place to get to Place?
There's an exit on Buford going out towards Escondrias, and then south there's a place
So there's 3 entrances to the subdivision.
Technically, yes, so you can get from both. There's 2 exits on Buford, 1 on Place.
Okay. And then the other archeries that are there, are they duplexes or are they threes or fours, or is it, or do we know?
Yeah, some of them are duplex. This is the four.
There's a triplex that was just approved a few weeks ago down the street.
Okay, so the triplex is just approved. Okay, just down the street from there. Okay. Okay.
Mr. Mingus, any questions?
I'm good. Okay. As long as there's more than one exit.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm good.
Ms. Rodriguez, no, good?
No, I'm good.
Anybody want to make a motion? No?
I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second.
I have a motion made by Julie Dominguez, second by Yolanda Rodriguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 17, public hearing for the proposed conditional use permit to allow for a mechanic shop in a C2 general commercial zoning district on track 5K5, Lake Clark Survey, 293, being located at 1110 Vista Road, Socorro, Texas. Mr. Arroyos?
Good afternoon, everybody. We will open public hearing at 6:59.
We have nobody that would like to speak on that item.
Thank you. We will close public hearing at 6:59.
Thank you. Item number 18, consider and take action in the approval of the proposed conditional use permit to allow for a mechanic shop in a C2 general commercial zoning district on track 5K5, Lay Clark Survey 293, being located at 1110 Visa Road, Socorro, Texas. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Commissioners, Chairman, Julia Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. We'll continue with next item on the agenda, item 18, which is as 1110 Visa Road conditional use permit request. Some general information and legal description is track 5-K-5, Lee Clark, Survey 293, property owner Conrado Briceño, as well as a representative. Lot size 20,223 square feet. The zoning, it's in C2, general commercial. Current land use is commercial. Future land use map, neighborhood commercial. Summary for this request, the applicant is requesting an approval of conditional use permit to allow for a mechanic shop in a C2 general commercial zoning district. The staff recommends approval of this conditional use permit request. Followed by the location map. The zoning map, the red outline with the green line denotes the commercial, the C2 commercial zoning district. An aerial image, site pictures, and it is an existing business, commercial. We have our public notice map, 200 around foot public notice map, followed by the letters in English and in Spanish that was sent to all our neighbors 200 around. We did not receive any response against the rezoning or in favor. The next slide is the site plan presented by the applicant, Mr. Briceño. Once again, the summary of this request is approval of a conditional use permit to allow a mechanic shop in a C2 general commercial zoning district. And at this time, staff answer any question you may have. And Mr. Briceño, I don't know if this is a call, Alfredo?
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions.
I'll second. With conditional use permit, right?
Yes. I have a motion made by Julie Dominguez, second by Andrew Arroyos to approve the conditional use permit. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstained? Motion carried. Item 19, consider and take action on the proposed approval of a master plan resubmission, section 38-7.11, master plan changes for Horizon Park Master Plan, being Horizon Park Unit 1, Horizon Park Unit 1 Replat A, Horizon Park Unit 1 Replat B, Horizon Park Unit 3, all of tracks 2, 3B, 3B5, 4E1A, 10I, and 10J. Block 3, Socorro Grant, Socorro, Texas. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Good evening, Commissioners. Chairman, Judy Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro.
I'm
Next
sorry,
item on the
can I
agenda.
just, I'd like to advise that I will be abstaining from this item, because
Okay.
I don't work for that company, but I work for the people that do have part of that company or whatnot, so. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, and that might actually be 19 and 20 also? Is that-
Yes, sir, correct.
We'll note that.
Mhm.
21, 22 as well.
21 and 22?
19, 20, 21, and 22, I think is all for the Horizon. Actually, let's see, 19, 20. No, I'm sorry, it's for, yeah, so 19 is for Horizon Park, and then also 20, and then 21. Just those three, I'm sorry, it wasn't, yeah, just those three.
Okay, that's fine, yeah. We can move it out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. We continue with item number 19, Horizon Park Master Plan resubmission. General information, legal description being Horizon Park Unit 1, Horizon Park Unit 1 Replat A, Horizon Park Unit 1 Replat B, Horizon Park Unit 3, all of tracks 2, 3-B, 3-B-5, 4-E1A, 10I, and 10G, J. Block 3, Socorro Grant, Socorro, Texas. Property address, near Horizon Boulevard. Property owner, Bowling Brothers Development Company, LLC, Fiesta Palms, LTD. Representative, Jorge Azcárate, CEA Group. Lot size, 76.64 acres. Zoning, A1, R2, and C2. Current land use, residential, agriculture, and vacant. Summary for this request, the applicant is requesting the approval of a resubmission. A master plan resubmission is required when proposing an increase in residential density, section 38-7.11, master plan changes, subsection 3. Master plan approval, City Council vote for approval of the original Horizon Park Master Plan at their January 25th, 2024 special meeting. Planning and zoning staff recommends approval of the resubmission for the Horizon Park Master Plan. We have the location map, zoning map, the aerial image, some site pictures taken from Eastburg Road, and the master plan that was presented to the Planning and Zoning Department, including now the Horizon Park Unit 4, which is the resubmission for increase in density. Summary of the request. Request is for approval of resubmission. A master plan resubmission is required when proposing an increase in residential density, section 38-7.11, master plan changes subsection 3. And at this time, staff can answer any question you might have. And also, we have Mr. Jorge Grajeda, the applicant as well.
I just have a question. What was on the original master plan that was approved? I mean, we're talking more density, so how many were there on the original?
Correct, the original, well, now they are increasing 3.44 acres.
Okay, so they're increasing more land?
Correct.
Okay, from the
Yes,
original?
to the original.
Okay, okay. I thought the lots were getting smaller and the houses were,
Do you want to go to the master plan? And you can point out where Unit 3 and Unit 4 are. Those were the ones that you most recently saw? You saw most recently. On the far left of the screen,
On the left side will be the new Horizon Park Unit 4. That is the density we're increasing, around the 3.44 acres.
okay. I don't have any more questions, okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the resubmission for the Horizon Park Master Plan.
I second.
I have a motion made by Julie Dominguez, second by Yolanda Rodriguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain?
Abstain.
Motion carried. Item number 20, consider and take action on the proposed approval of the final plat for Horizon Park Unit 4 subdivision and a waiver request for Section 38-49, compliance with requirement subsection D for the proposed storm drainage tie into the Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision being a tract 10-I, Block 3, Socorro Grant, and located at East Bird Road, Socorro, Texas. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Julia Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro, will continue with item number 20 on the agenda, Horizon Park Unit 4, final plat. General information, legal description being tract 10-I, Block 3, Socorro Grant. Property owner, Bowling Brothers Development Company, LLC. Representative Jorge Azcarate. Lot size 3.44 acres. Zoning R2, medium density residential, current land use vacant. The applicant is requesting approval of the final plat for Horizon Park Unit 4 subdivision and the waiver request from Section 38-49, compliance with requirements of Section D-6 for the proposed storm drainage tie into Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision. Planning and zoning staff recommends approval of the final plat and the waiver request for Horizon Park Unit 4 with the condition that all engineering comments are addressed. Next slide is the location map for Horizon Park Unit 4, followed by the zoning map, outlined in red, which denotes the zoning residential, medium density residential. Aerial image, side pictures taken from Eastburg Road. We included a waiver letter request that the applicant sent to be considered for approval. And then we present the final plat for Horizon Park, Unit 4 subdivision. Summary of requests. Request is for approval of the final plat for Horizon Park Unit 4 subdivision and a waiver request from Section 38-49, compliance with requirements of Section D for the proposed storm drainage tie into Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision. And at this time, staff answer any question you might have, and also the applicants.
I don't have any questions.
No? I'll make a motion to approve of the final plat and waiver request for Horizon Park Unit 4 with the conditions that all engineering comments are addressed.
I second.
I have a motion made by Julie Dominguez, second by Yolanda Rodriguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain?
Abstain.
Motion carried. Item number 21, consider and take action on the proposed approval of the final plat for Cottonwood Cove, Unit 2 subdivision being tract 10G1, 10H, 10L, and 11B1, Block 3, Socorro Grant, and located at East Bird Road, Socorro, Texas. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Judy Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Now we continue with item number 21, Cottonwood Cove, Unit 2, final plat request. General information, legal description being tract 10-G1, 10H, 10L, and 11B1, Block 3, Socorro Grant. Property owner, Bowling Brothers Development Company, LLC. Representative, Jorge Azcarate. Lot size, 4.36 acres. Zoning, R2, medium density residential. Current land use, vacant. Summary of this request, the applicant is requesting the approval of the final plat for Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision. Planning and zoning staff recommends approval of the final plat for Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision. In the next slide, we'll see the location map for this property in Cottonwood Cove Unit 2, followed by the zoning map. The orange outline with the red line denotes the residential zoning district. Aerial image. Side pictures taken from Eastburg and Coal Creek Road. And then we have the final plat for Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision. Summary of this request is for approval of the final plat for the Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision. And at this time, staff can answer any questions you might have.
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat of the Cottonwood Cove Unit 2 subdivision.
Second?
I second.
I have a motion made by Julie Dominguez, second by Yolanda Rodriguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain?
Abstain.
Thank you. Motion carried. Item number 22, consider and take action on the proposed approval of the preliminary plat for Flor del Bosque subdivision, being all of track 11A, Block 32, San Elizario Grant, El Paso County, Texas, and located near Petunia Drive, San Elizario, Texas. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Judy Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Now presenting item number 22 on the agenda, Flor del Bosque subdivision preliminary plat request. General information, legal description, being all of track 11A, Block 32, San Elizario Grant. Property owner, Flor del Rio, LLC. Representative, CEA Group. Lot size, 82.18 acres. Zoning, it is located on the 2-mile ETJ. City of Socorro's 2-mile ETJ. Current land use, vacant. Summary request is for approval of preliminary plat for the Flor del Bosque subdivision. Planning and zoning staff recommends approval of the preliminary plat for the Flor del Bosque subdivision. We have the location map. Zoning map showing the Socorro 2 miles ETJ on purple. Aerial image. Some side pictures taken from Petunia Drive. Also dated, we include the TIA report. And we have the preliminary plat for Flor del Bosque subdivision. summary of this request is for approval of the preliminary plat for the Flor del Bosque subdivision. And at this time, staff, answer any questions you might have. And the applicant as well.
I don't have any questions.
Good. I don't have any questions.
I'd like to make a motion to approve with staff recommendations of the engineering, that the engineering review comments are met before recording the final plan.
Second, I'm so sorry. I'm late.
I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Julie Dominguez, to approve with staff recommendations. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 23, consider and take action on the proposed approval of the preliminary plat for El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center subdivision, being a portion of parcel 1, tracks 3 and 4, block 24, San Elizario Grant, El Paso County, Texas, and located at southeast corner of North Loop and Estate Drive. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Miriam. Once again, Julia Rodriguez, planner with the City of Socorro. Now we'll continue with item number 23 on the agenda, El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center subdivision preliminary plat. Some general information, legal description being a portion of parcel 1, tracks 3 and 4, block 24, San Elizario Grant, property owner PG number 2, Soretta LLC, representative TRE, and Associates LLC. Lot size, 65.146 acres. Zoning, it is located in City of Socorro's 2-mile ETJ. Current land use, commercial and vacant. Summary of this request is for approval, a preliminary plat for the Flor del Bosque subdivision. Planning and zoning staff recommends approval of the preliminary plat for the Flor del Bosque subdivision.
That was a previous item. El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center subdivision. Now we have the location map. The zoning map showing Socorro's 2-mile ETJ in purple, outlined by a red line around the property. The aerial image, followed by some pictures taken from North Loop Drive and in State Drive, the intersection. And now we present the El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center preliminary plat. Summary of this request is for approval of the preliminary plat for El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center. And at this time, staff can answer any questions you might have.
Quick question, it looks on that right in the middle of the lot, is that an existing road or is it gonna be a continuation?
There
It would
be
be
a
the continuation of
Continuation.
Burbridge.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
I just want to know, what is a El Paso Lower Valley Commerce Center? Is it like lots of buildings or?
The applicant, Mr. Romero?
Good evening, Commissioners and Chair. Robert Romero with Train Associates. It's just the name of the subdivision. There's no end user at this point in time.
Okay,
We're just subdividing, and it's just the name that we picked for the subdivision.
okay, that's what you're gonna call it?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, I'm good with that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Any questions?
all right, I'm good. I have no more questions.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion made by Andrew Arroyo, second by Julie Dominguez to approve. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Item number 24, Planning and Zoning Commissioners Report.
Okay, I had a question. So going back to the triplexes, what is the recommendation as of, should we be looking into maybe saying, okay, so if it's a duplex, we'd like to see 10,000 square feet. If it's a triplex, I mean, 1,250.
Right.
Any recommendation that the planning and zoning might want to share with us or kind of
We're still-
recommend to us?
We're still working through that. Right now, as you know, we're working through the UDC, the up rewrite of our development codes, and that's something we're looking at, and looking at examples for us to consider, and that change is coming very soon. We're hoping to wrap that up by the end of the year with a draft to share and get everyone's feedback in January.
I think it puts us in a very awkward position because we're saying a minimum of 10,000 feet for a duplex, but we don't know what classifies a triplex or moving forward. And I think that if we had some guidelines, then we would be able to reject or to say, okay, triplex does not go in this community. But we had already approved one or somewhere just recently on that.
Right there on Escalante.
Yeah, and so I think we have to have some guidance somewhere to say.
Well, the guidance at this point is that it's within the ordinance, what's allowable with the R2, the 15 units per acre. So the three would be allowable under the current ordinance.
Okay, so it's already allowed.
That's what we have right now.
Okay, and so does the city have, because yes, there are a lot of residential homes going up, a lot of subdivisions, and I think it's great, okay? However, we have to have outs on some of these streets because they're all headed in the same direction, okay? And I think that at some point, when we approve subdivisions, is that we would like staff to look at, okay, we're gonna do a subdivision like this Lower Valley subdivision, okay? That traffic is all gonna come out to North Loop because there's no out the other way, okay? And I think that we would, at least I would like to see when we approve or have a recommendation to approve a subdivision is that the city or the staff of planning and zoning has looked at, is there a way for us to recommend an out, a street going in a different direction and not all headed out to Horizon or not all headed out to Burt, because most of these subdivisions that we just approved only have one out. Okay, they're all going out to Burt Road or they're going out to Horizon. And I think that right now is the time to look at other avenues.
The connectivity.
Absolutely, because we keep approving and approving, and pretty soon we're all in a traffic jam at the corner of Burt Road and Horizon, you know, and I think that's important.
Yeah, and Burbridge does extend in the opposite direction. It reaches Alameda.
To roll around.
Alameda.
Okay. I don't have anything else.
I had one more. I think we're going to look at this code for the storage.
Yes.
Yes.
So for agricultural, under accessory structures that are allowed, it has item 3, accessory structures and uses including barns, barn dominiums, detached garages, carports, private workshop, storage containers, home occupations, and other structures that are customarily residential to the principal structures. Building materials and style will be similar to those of the primary structure. So these are shipping containers, and those are freight.
Those are freights.
Freight haulers.
Yeah, I just have a feeling that for some reason he's not planning to.
Remove it.
I just have a feeling, I'm just thinking out loud, I think maybe he's even living there.
Well, because he did say, you know, if,
It takes me,
no,
What if I don't? What
No,
happens?
well, I think he was trying to appease to qualify for him to keep the storage, okay?
yeah.
Okay, we know that it's a semi-truck, but what if he did a building out of 2x4s and put a roof on it.
Yeah.
And came back and said, this is my storage room.
Yeah, no, that doesn't
Why
meet
would that not
building
work for
codes,
him?
right?
But why would that not
But because
work?
that's not allowed in our current building codes?
He would have to pull a plan and show you guys,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
even then, as a storage unit, what is the minimum size where you can build a storage unit without getting a permit?
I think it's 10 by 14.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's just under or above? What is the size of the shipping container that's there?
I think it was one of the long ones.
I mean,
It
the
looks like
haulers-
like
haul-
a
Probably like
hauling
a
52
53
or
footer, right?
53 footer.
Yeah, like a 53 footer. But I think,
Should he have gotten a permit to place that there? Thinking that, oh, okay, I can place this as it's a storage container and I'm gonna just store it and I don't need a permit. If you're building an accessory structure, you need, and it's over the allowable size, you need a permit.
and a lot of people in Socorro will do that. If you can get away with it, why not? I mean, because look at all the items we approved today that were existing buildings, rezoning.
And
There
we
were
don't know
quite a
when
few.
they were changed and,
Yeah, they were rezoning because they never did the permitting right. So I think that's, okay.
So when they get fined, they have to come and try to make it correct
Correct.
on paper.
yeah.
And if they.
Because if they're trying to maybe do something through the bank, and the bank wants a verification to assure them that that is zoned appropriately, that if something should happen and insurance needs to come in and they need to reconstruct because some sort of accident or just maybe the structure gets damaged and needs to get rebuilt, can they rebuild what was there? And if it's not zoned properly, if it's not, then they wouldn't be able to.
So I have a question. So he got fined, and if he had not paid the fine and said, I'll just move my trailer out,
He would have been fine.
he still would have gotten fined?
No, if he had moved the trailer out,
Yeah.
because that's all he needs to do in
Okay.
order to come into compliance.
Okay, so I think he was, when we spoke with him, I think he was under the understanding that staff had said that it was okay for him to keep his storage as long as he went from an R1 to an A1. Is that what you
Yeah,
understood?
and that's what he was trying to explain to us too, and we tried multiple times to explain to him that that's not what the ordinance says, that they're, and you heard him try to tell you that they're both the same thing, and they're clearly not the same thing.
Yeah, I
Two
think.
different types of metal,
Okay,
but we will reach out to him again before Thursday's meeting to help answer any questions that he may
yeah,
have.
because I think that if, in all honesty, is that he's paid the fine, but he still has to move it, is what
Yes.
we actually told him
Right.
today.
Yeah,
You know, and so I think is in his good conscience, he should have said, well, I'll just move the trailer and I won't pay the fine. Because he still has to move it, no
Mhm.
matter what,
yeah.
because he can't keep it there.
That was my question too, like
Right.
how much work did he put into having that trailer there?
Yeah,
Did he put foundation on it?
well, because he said he put screening, he put
And
railroad
railroad ties.
ties, he made sure
It's
that
on the
it was.
ground, it's not going anywhere.
It's not moving, it's level, you know, he tried to make it right, not knowing that that was not gonna be acceptable. Okay, so I feel for the man. Okay.
No more questions.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Item number 25, Planning and Zoning Department Report. Ms. Quimito?
Thank you, Miriam. I have a couple of good pieces of news. The Texas Transportation Commission approved $2,813,000 for the Rio Vista Complete Streets Planning Project. And this is an opportunity to study the Rio Vista and build out plan for what is necessary to accommodate the active transportation, pedestrian needs, and safety needs for Rio Vista. So it's very exciting news for the community. Rio Vista has several residential neighborhoods, 3 schools in this stretch from, I believe it's from Buford to to Thunder. So that's very exciting for the community.
And when is that supposed to start?
Well, this was approved in this current, just this last meeting of the Texas Transportation Commission. There was funding for 73 projects, and I'm not sure when we will be receiving those funds and when we can begin, but I will let you know as soon as that begins, as well as the project for our Moon Road Complete Streets. That was also funded previously, and that one's a little farther along. When we get to reach out to the community and have public outreach to gather everyone's input on both the Moon Road study and this Rio Vista study, we will share those dates with the commission so everyone can join us.
Does the Moon Road go all the way to Grijalva?
Yes.
Yes, to Grijalva. Yes, to Grijalva.
Does it just
But
go
if-
all
but
the way
if-
up to
if-
I-10?
but-
Can it just go
All
up
the
to
way,
I-10?
right, so we could just
Yeah, so we could just get on there and get out.
incorporate the property owners in that missing piece from Grijalva to the freeway and bring them into this planning study. You know, we might be able to,
That would be awesome because there's a
Yes.
subdivision on top of I-10
Right.
and Moon Road is up there and it comes
Yes.
down and
Yep.
it stops, so that would be,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
So
Great.
now there's a lot of traffic on Grijalva, because they're crossing down Moon Road to Grijalva to get to the back subdivision,
Yeah.
to avoid having to go all the way around,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes I cut through there
Me
and go
too.
down.
I cut down
go
every
the
day.
other way, you know, to
Yeah.
avoid all the traffic.
I use it every day.
And another award that the city received, but this was the city's partner, nonprofit partner, the Community Initiative. They received $50,000 from the Texas Preservation Trust Fund to continue an update of the city's historic resources survey. So that's also very exciting. And the community we would like to invite the entire community out to Winterfest this Friday. The festivities begin at 5. We'll have the parade starting at Escondrias, Escondrias Steam Academy, and it will make its way to end at Rio Vista, where we'll have the tree lighting, vendors, and food booths. And very excited to take part in the parade and hope to see everyone there.
What time does that start?
The parade starts at 6. I believe they close the streets at 5:30, so you may want to make everyone aware of that as well. Alrighty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 26, consider and take action on the adjournment of this meeting. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion made by Andrew Royos, second by Julie Dominguez to adjourn. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstain? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 7:36 PM. Thank you very much.